Good evening, everyone. Monday night, it's the new moon. We're going into the Taurus energy, and I'm actually a Taurus, so this is my month. I had invited my friend Tanya Smith, a beautiful energy practitioner, to do a chakra clearing for the new moon, but she got ill, and she can't make it tonight. So I wanted to come on anyway because I am very disappointed, but she is going to come back on. She is going to come on when she feels better. So Tanya is going to come on. She is such a beautiful energy practitioner and healer that I have to have her back on. So I just want to announce that she had to cancel at the last minute. She just took very ill this morning. So I wanted to use this opportunity I'm actually going to be releasing a chakra clearing meditation this week. So look out for that. It's going to be released this Friday, and so you get your own. You do get a chakra clearing meditation this week. And good evening, William. How are you? So instead of doing the chakra clearing myself, because Tanya was going to do a chakra clearing, I have a chakra clearing meditation for you, which I will release end of this week, and you could use that. So this is an opportunity where if you want to ask me any questions, you can do so. I am open to any questions. I have another announcement that tomorrow night on Clubhouse, which is April 13th at 7 p.m. Pacific time, 10 p.m. Eastern time, we're doing the power of intention meditation. Hi, Nancy. Good evening. Blessings, many blessings. We're going to do on Clubhouse a power of intention meditation, which is a group consciousness intention meditation where somebody volunteers for healing. Let's say, hi, Aubrey. Let's say William volunteers for healing, and he says, I want to heal something in my health, or I want to heal something in my, love life or career or relationships. And then we write down the intention, and then we speak the intention out loud. And then everybody goes into meditation for up to 10 minutes and send that healing to William. And then afterwards, we talk about what we saw for William, and William talks about what he felt or what he saw during that healing. And it's very powerful. I have an intention group that I do every Friday morning with a group of 5 ladies, and we've been doing for 2. Hi, Scorpion Maiden. Good evening. Hello. So that's a meditation that we're going to be doing. It's called the Power. It's based on Lynn McTaggart's Power of 8 book. And it's wonderful. We're going to do it tomorrow night at Clubhouse, and I'll put the link below this video to the Clubhouse tomorrow night, April 13th, Tuesday, 7 p.m. Pacific time, 10 p.m. Eastern time. So, because Tanya couldn't make it tonight, I was so looking forward to her, to her chakra clearing meditation with her beautiful energy, especially during the new moon. Hi, Taylor. Good evening. Just happened to find your channel. Everything is in divine order. Yeah, I know. Isn't it amazing how everything is truly in divine order? This is how my life has been. It's just, I've just trusted. I've put all my trust in the divine. I've put trust in my spirit guides. I've put trust in the universe. And it just reveals people to me. I created a new company, and it was all like everything just fell on my lap so naturally, organically. It's just such divine timing, isn't it? If we can surrender and release. Hi, Sharon. How are you? My thing is that divine timing comes in perfect order when we could just trust and release, right? Because when we're trying to control and manipulate everything, it never works out. When was the last time when you try to control and manipulate that it worked out? Every single time that I have let go, I have surrendered, I have just said, I'm going to put my trust in you. I don't know how it's going to happen. I don't know when it's going to happen. I don't know any of the details, but I'm just going to trust each step of the way. Each step of the way, I am going to trust. And the divine order just reveals things to you that are unimaginable. Have you guys noticed that? Share any stories or any situations where you just felt recently this divine order. And when we access the energies of like the new moon, the full moon, I mean, it's just, and this is a great time to do prayers and meditations and set your intention during the full moon, is because we're leveraging the power, the heightened power of the full moon. So I say, please, before you go to bed tonight, do a meditation, do a prayer, set your intention for the next month, what it is that intention is. And then after you set that intention, just let it go. Don't be attached to the outcome. Be attached to the process, meaning that you set that intention, you release it to the universe, and then you don't think about it, meaning that the universe has the way, the how, the details of how it's going to happen. You just have to have trust in that. So that's how you really manifest. That's how you manifest in a powerful way is, yes, you have that intention, you set that intention, but you don't become attached to the outcome. And that's when I find the manifestations become the most powerful, is not having an attachment to the outcome, but knowing that, the universe knows what you desire, but saying, okay, universe, I give up the outcome. Whatever you decide, whatever the outcome is, I'm okay with it. And then, what happens is that the outcome becomes even better than what you expected. Have you ever noticed that when you actually set an intention, let it go, and became detached with the outcome became even better than what you had expected? Have you noticed that? I don't know if I have noticed that has happened to me so many times. As soon as I release, I've had situations where I try to control, I try to manipulate. I remember in my 20s, 30s, I was trying to control, manipulate, especially my job. I was trying to control this, manipulate this, and none of it worked. And then I said, I don't care. I said, whatever, it doesn't matter. I just let it go. And as soon as I let it go, something even better came back in. Isn't that quite incredible? So if you want to be a powerful manifester, especially now that you're going to set this intention for the new moon, share some of the intentions that you want to set for this new moon. Share some of your intentions with me. What are some of the intentions that you have to set? And let's just believe. Okay, Scorpio maiden, just believe and receive. We may not understand what is happening, yet the outcome was divinely guided. Absolutely. Just believe and receive. It's all divinely guided. And when people say that there's nothing random about what's happening. Everything has a purpose. It's just that because we cognitively cannot understand something, we could not cognitively understand that thing. We call it random because we don't have the cognitive level of understanding, because we're not at that consciousness level. And when we don't understand why things happen the way they happen, we say it's random. But there's nothing random about the universe. There's nothing random about the ocean. There's nothing random about the mountains. There's nothing random about nature. There's nothing random about how, the moon, the orbit of the moon around the there's such precision to everything about the universe, right? That's why the universe runs the way it runs. That's why the planet runs the way it runs. It runs beautifully. There's nothing random about your body. There's nothing random about, there's nothing random about anything that's happening to our lives. It's just because we can't understand it, we say it's random. Well, sometimes it's not necessarily our job to understand it. It's our job to surrender to that infinite wisdom and connect to that infinite wisdom. That's our job. When we start connecting, we make choices and behave in a way that is in alignment with our flow. One of the things that my business coach and my life coach, Jules, he's teaching me is how to be in flow with myself, how to be in flow with my design. I don't know if you guys have heard of human design. I put out a couple of videos about human design. Aubrey, I am still quite young and learning the power of letting go and allowing. Oh, Aubrey, you're never too young or too old to be on that journey. You are never too young or too old to be on the journey of letting go. Let me tell you, my spiritual path really started because of my late sister's son. I always say she died of years of stress and unhappiness, and cancer was a manifested symptom. I started like in my 30s, I started really nurturing my spiritual path. But you are never too young or never too old to be in the path of letting go. Gut feelings or being, Scorpion Maiden says, gut feelings or being drawn to do something, having a sudden thought to talk to someone. I've had it happen a lot more lately. Yes. You know what? Just go with it. Go with your gut feeling. So, what's the worst that could happen? If you're being drawn to someone and you go up to that someone, and let's say they don't want to talk to you, what's the worst thing that could happen, right? What's the worst thing? The person, you go on with your life, that person goes, saying, go with it. Go with it. Have go with it. So, one of the things that, like I said, I was saying about my business coach, Jules, he's teaching me how to be in flow with my design, my human design. Human design is all about how energy flows through you. And that the way energy flows through you was designed the day that you were born and 88 days before you were born. Those two dates determine your human design. And so literally he said, Moon, this is your design. And if you look, you could go check out those two videos I have on human design. And you'll see the second video shows you my design. It shows you my design, because the reason why I used my design was because I wanted an example to use to show you about human design in a more detailed way. And so I pulled up my design because I could talk about my design. It's hard for me to talk about other people's design because I am not a human design expert, but I became my human design expert, because I wanted to know how I was designed and how I could be in flow with my design. And so the way what I realized is, God has made me a certain way, a unique way. God has made you, each and every one of you, a unique and special way, right? Every single one of you is designed a unique and special way. And so the secret to having better results in your life, having, better results, better relationships, better abundance in money, better abundance in health, all of these things is to live in the flow of the way God has created you, right? And so that is one of the things that I'm learning now is, how did God create me? And how can I live in the flow with the way I am designed? And I think one of the things, one of the most powerful things for me has always been to just let go. And I think that's powerful for every person's design, to let go. Because then when you let go, there's none of this resistant energy. You're not creating any resistant energy. And when you create resistant energy internally, you block yourself from the external world, the universe bringing you things, bringing you abundance. And so one of the other big things that, like I said, not being attached to the outcome, but staying present with the process. That's been a powerful tool for me, is saying, okay, this is my intention. I let it go. And whatever the outcome is, I'm not going to think about that. And I'm not going to be attached to that. I'm just going to stay with the process. And this has been such a powerful tool because, as soon as I let go of that attachment, detach myself to the outcome gets even better. It's better than what I expected. So that's one of the most powerful tools, is when you set your intention tonight during this new moon, is again, just set that intention and do not be attached to that outcome. The universe knows how to give you the cooperative components, but you've got to be able to receive it, right? If you've got all of this resistant energy, how can you receive anything? How can you receive the flow of what the universe wants to? Because now you're against your flow. You're against your design. Your design is to be in flow with yourself and the universe. So when we have all of this resistant energy, like we doubt ourselves, we have so much fear and anxiousness, and we don't think we're worthy. Often I don't think I'm worthy of things, like often because I have this issue of self-worth, that there are times still now that I still feel like I have to validate myself in the external world so that I could feel validated in the internal world. Scorpio maiden, I have been breaking karmic cycles of my family. I chose to follow my spirituality blossom and had domestic violence last year badly. I chose to seek out help in all areas of my life. Oh, Scorpio maiden, I just want to let you know that, you were so wise to see that, that domestic violence is probably your greatest teacher. Can you share some of the lessons that you learned, why you had that karmic cycle? What was the lesson that you needed to learn in that relationship in order for you to be able to leave that relationship and see what are some of the lessons here that you think that your soul needed to learn from that domestic violent relationship? Maybe it's a lesson of self-worth. This is a big lesson that so many of us need to learn. It's a lesson of self-worth. Often, we look to what I find even in my own life and so many people around me, because we're so conditioned by society and our family to say, okay, these external things, if you have a lot of money, you have this position, you have the big house, you have the cars, you have all of these material things, now you're worthy, right? But the thing is that what we want to find is worthy, that feeling in here. We want to feel worthy in here unconditionally, right? And oftentimes we use the external world to try to validate that internal unworthiness. But we still, even when we get those things, we still feel internally unworthy. And so don't get me wrong, I've fallen into this trap myself, is that I have to prove myself externally in order for that internal self-worth. And how can I cultivate this internal self-worth without having to validate my external self-worth? How can I cultivate that internal self-worth? It takes a lot of practice, a lot of peeling away of the layers, of all of these layers that we were conditioned by our family, our society, that we are worthy because of what our external world looks like. And so there's a lot of peeling of those layers. Scorpion, I had to learn I couldn't help him. I had to learn I was stronger than I thought. My ex had me believing that I was insane when it was his feeling threatened by my wanting to help. Okay. I think that's true, that you had to learn to allow him to be who he is, right? and that there's, nobody could help anybody except themselves, well, they could be helped if they want the help, but it sounds like your ex didn't want the help. Now, if they're not ready for the help, you're just beating a dead horse, I mean, you're just banging against the wall at that point. The person has to be receptive to help in order for help to be effective. Otherwise, you're just spinning your wheels. There's no way any help is going to be effective if the person is not ready to receive help and is not ready for change. So you were smart to know that this is not the area that you're going to help in. You're not going to help your ex. You have to let that go. And I think it was smart that you did that. If you have any other questions, let me know. Going back to this whole issue of the human design, I think that, I encourage you to do your human design and see how you're designed and what tools you could use to align yourself with your design to have better results in your life. And that's what human design really is about. So for new moon, I want to hear from you guys as to what intentions you would like to set now that it's the new moon. What intention you would like to set. I think one of the intentions that I would like to set is to allow more in my life, to let things be as they are. This is one of my biggest lessons. Oh my God. Oh my God, Scorpio maiden. Yeah. He was controlling and physically abusive. No, he didn't want the help. He strangled me 3 times to death. Then he almost broke your neck. God, oh my God, Scorpio maiden. That is crazy. Wow. I am so glad that something, I think God was watching over you and telling you to leave. I am so glad that you left. You did the smartest thing. You really did. You did the smartest thing. Sharon, yes, this is so true. You can only help so much before you start to feel exhausted. Yeah, tell me about it. It's exhausting to help people, try to help people who are not ready for help, isn't it? It's exhausting, and you're wasting your energy. One of the things, again, I go back to human design, why it's so powerful is because my coach is teaching me how to make decisions. And this is really important for your life. I mean, this is so important for each one of our lives, is that we have to, the way we're designed a certain way. So when we take on certain things in life, whether we take on certain jobs, relationships, careers, we put energy into volunteer work. What it is that there are things in our life and people in our lives that are going to give us more energy. And then there are people in our lives that are going to drain energy. There are jobs in our lives that are going to give us more energy. And then there are jobs that are going to drain our energy. There are relationships that are going to give us more energy. And then there are relationships that are going to drain our energy. And so you want to be in relationships, in careers, in jobs, in businesses that give you more energy. That's how you live in your human design. So what he's teaching me is, Karen, oh, you're welcome, Karen, for sharing your experience and thank you so much, Karen. So what he's teaching me is, in this human design, is that he's teaching me how to listen to my inner authority and make decisions on things that give me more energy. And my inner authority, the physical sensation I get in my body, will tell me if that thing will give me energy or if it will drain my energy. So let's say I have a choice between a meal. I said, okay, do I eat chicken? Do I eat beef? Or do I eat tofu? And then I could ask my inner authority, which of these 3 are going to give me more energy? And then and then my inner authority will tell me which one will make, or if you have, let's say, relationship, is this person giving me more energy or is draining my energy? If that person is draining your energy, you need to leave. You need to leave. Or job, careers. Is this job giving me energy or is this job draining my energy? If the job is draining your energy, you need to leave that job. And the universe will show you another job, but you have to be prepared to leave a job knowing that the universe is going to show you to a much better job. But it's only in that letting go of that universe will reveal to you that better job. Oh, high score. Yes, he was. I will have you've divorce protection order. And I listened to your videos. Oh, they helped me to follow my spirit to be able to live that. Oh my God. You're welcome, Scorpion Maiden. I'm so glad that I was able to help you in your journey. Oh my God. I am so happy that I helped you in your journey to find your true worth. Because let me tell you, Scorpion Maiden, the next relationship that you're going to have, it's going to be so much better. Just think about how amazing that relationship is going to be because of all the lessons that you learned from your ex. And you know what? I would at the right time, I'm sure you'll be able to send him blessings and love from afar. Have compassion for him. Why do you have compassion for him? Even though he almost strangled you to death, because he is a soul that is lost. He's kind of lost, right? He doesn't have an awareness of what he's doing. That's in Buddhism, they call that ignorance. When you don't even have an awareness of how you are hurting yourself, he's really hurting himself, right? At the highest level, not to mention he's hurting the people around him. So you have compassion for the fact that he's so lost, but you have compassion from afar, and you send him compassion and love from afar so that maybe one day he can be on his awakening. Maybe he will be on this life, or maybe he's not. That's not your job. So that's not your job. That's his job. Let him be on his path. That's not your job. Your job is not to figure things out for him. Let the divine work with him the way maybe his path, this path, he will always be that way. And that's okay. That's okay. Let the universe deal with him. That's not your job to deal. The only job that you have is for your own lessons to learn from that experience and then grow and expand. Right, Scorpion Maiden? Yeah. Yep. Oh, he was abused as a child. Yep. You see? That vicious cycle. Well, my father, same thing. My father was mental, emotional, physically abusive to us. And my father was abused by his own parents. So what do you expect? What do you expect? They were just recycling. It's a vicious cycle. So if you learn the lessons from this relationship, if you learn all the lessons that your soul needed to learn, then you will go on to a better relationship. If you haven't learned the lessons from this relationship, then that pattern will appear again. That pattern will appear again, just in a different face. So make sure, Scorpion Maiden, that you are learning the lessons that you needed to learn from your ex, in order for that type of person to not appear in your life again. Because often what I see is that I see men or women, when they have been in an abusive relationship, they go on to another abusive relationship. And the reason why you go on to another abusive relationship is because you haven't learned the lessons that your soul needed to learn from that previous relationship. That's why these patterns just keep showing up over and over again in your life. Yeah. He was scared to trust due to no one protect him. And yeah, well, you just have to give him blessings and compassion from afar. That's all you could do. But I highly, not seeing him or not communicating him is in your best interest, and really and figuring out the lessons that your soul needed to learn from that relationship will help you transcend that relationship, and your next relationship will be far, far better. So that just keep remembering that. What are the lessons that this man, in some ways he's been your greatest teacher, hasn't he? Right? He's been your greatest teacher for your soul's expansion and growth. So that's one of the things that I really want to emphasize as you make your intentions for the new moon cycle, which is we're going into the Taurus cycle. Please think about, when deciding, when making decisions about your life, whether it's your job, it's your career, it's relationships, it's even food, anything about your health, what decisions are you making that will give you more energy and not drain your energy? That's how you can make decisions, is what will give you more energy and what will, and do those things, do the things that will give you energy, and leave behind the things that will not give you energy. And you will have better results in your life. You will have more success in your life. Okay. So I understand I have to care for myself and not try to fix my partner. My father did the same with my mother. I see the repeated factors in my family. I'm working on therapy to heal me and my children. Okay. That's so beautiful. I'm so glad that you sought out help, because during these times, you really do need help. I have so many people around me that help me. And I have had so many teachers around me, and I would not be here without all the teachers that I've had. So having people around you who can support you, who can help you to heal, having that support system is so important. Yeah. Less drama, more flow state. Absolutely. So it's really, really important to have that support system, because, when we are in these dire situations, like what you just went through, we need support. We need people. It's very difficult for us to do it ourselves. And I think that you have to understand that sometimes people don't want help, but you know what? We are social beings. There are times when we need help from others, and go out and ask for help. Don't be shy. When you need help, go seek it. Go ask people for it, and you'd be surprised how many people will open their arms for you. You'd be very surprised there's so many good people out there. I play yourself. Is this the actual? This is live. This is live. This is live. This is live. I'm on live. This is not recorded. The reason why I came on live tonight, well, we were supposed to do the new moon ceremony with Tanya, my friend Tanya Smith, who was going to do a chakra clearing, but she got so sick today and she said she couldn't do it. So we're going to do it next month. And so instead of, I decided to just come on live and answer any of your questions and talk to you about things that are going on in my life. Whatever questions you have, ask me. You're welcome. I'm going to be here for another up to 8:00. So you can ask me any questions, but this is live. This is not recorded. I know most of my videos are recorded. So, I just decided to just come on, because Tanya was supposed to be on, but she couldn't be on. And I decided to come on and answer questions. Like I said, this end of this week, I am releasing chakra clearing meditation for you. So on my, meditations playlist. So look out for that chakra clearing meditation for you. I try to release one meditation per month, so it could help you in your journey of life. But if there's any questions that you'd like to ask me, please do so. Yeah. So ask me any questions. So going back to, so this year has been, I just want to say, this year has been kind of more of a, now that we're going to this Taurus energy, I feel like it is the new moon Taurus energy, I feel like I have to step up more in my action. It's more the yang energy. So it's more of the yang energy as opposed to yin energy. This 2021 for me is all about yang energy. I'm excited for the chakra clearing meditation. I'm so glad, Sharon. Yeah, it's about a 12 and a half minute meditation. So it's not that, yeah, not sure what your question is. Is this the actual moon? Yes, it is the actual moon. My name is Moon. I am the actual moon. We are all moons, actually. We are the moon and the moon is us, right? We are the universe and the universe is us. So everyone is the moon and the moon is everyone, right? Because it's all the same energy. So I would say yes, everyone is the moon. Oh, what books do you? I've read you read The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle. Oh my God, I love that book. You know, Ram Dass has a beautiful book called Be Here Now. I love the book by Brian Weiss called Hi Delhi. I love Brian Weiss for Many Masters, Many Lives. I love Pema Chodron. She's amazing. Pema Chodron, Chodron. I love Louise Hay. Oh, she's beautiful. I love these are some of the authors. I love Rumi poetry. I love Pema Chodron. There's so many authors. I'm trying to think. Oh, Ken Wilber, Wilber. Beautiful, beautiful book. I like Michael Singer, Singer, Michael. He has a Seed of the Soul, beautiful book. God, there's so many books. I've read lots of Dr. Joe Dispenza's books. There is I'm reading a book about new moon rituals because I like to do certain rituals and prayers to earn the new moon, the full moon, new moon. Think and Grow Rich. Yes, absolutely. Napoleon Hill. That's a classic manifestation book. Yes, because it's all about consciousness. When you think and believe, then it happens, right? So it's because it's all, oh, you're from Bangkok, Delhi? Oh, that's so beautiful. I've never been to Bangkok, but it's a beautiful country, Thailand. Yeah. Yep. In order to, in order to manifest, you have to believe. Belief is the first thing. Oh, Wayne Dyer. Yeah, he's wonderful. Yeah. Living the Wisdom by Wayne Dyer. Yeah. Yeah. He died some years ago, didn't he? A few years ago. And Louise Hay died like a couple of years ago. Ram Dass is one of my favorite authors. I like Yogananda, beautiful classic. He was one of the first gurus that brought yoga to the West. Beautiful Maharaji, books about Maharaji, who was Ram Dass's. I like books with Thich Nhat Hanh. I have a book called Peace is the Way by Thich Nhat Hanh, the very famous Buddhist monk. And also I love, books, by Dalai Lama. I have his books. I have, God, there's so many. I have a whole library upstairs in my meditation room. I can't, so there's lots of books that, with beautiful souls but they all talk about power of now. Ram Dass was talking about power of now before Eckhart Tolle. All the yoga traditions talk about the power of now. And so when Eckhart Tolle came, out the book Power of Now, Power of Now has been in the yogic tradition in Buddhist traditions for thousands of years before, Eckhart Tolle. And I love Eckhart Tolle, don't get me wrong. I have a couple of his books, and his book Power of Now is beautiful. So everything is about the now. Your power is only in the now. There's a beautiful quote by Wittgenstein, and I'm going to do a video about this, that he says, it's a philosopher. He says, those who live in the now have eternal life. What does that mean? Those in the now have eternal life. This is very profound, very deep. Why those in the now have eternal life? Why? Because there is only ever the now. There is no past. There is no future. When we think about the future, we're thinking about it in the now. When we have regrets about the past, we're thinking about it in now. We're only thinking about it now, right? Anything about the past or future, we're only doing it in the now, right? Nothing is happening in the now. Nothing in the universe, in the quantum field, is happening in the future or the past. It's only happening in the now. So once you start to transcend this time-space reality, you're like, we're in this consciousness level. We're in this physical consciousness level, right? We're bound by time and space. But once we get to the higher consciousness levels, there is no time and space. There's only the now. There's only ever the now. So all of your power is in the now. What happens in the future is determined by what you do in the now. What happens in the next moment is determined by what you do in the now. What happens 10 seconds from now is determined by what you do in the now. What happens 1 hour from now is determined by what you do in the now. What happens in the next 3 hours is determined by what you do in the now. What happens in the next 24 hours is determined by what you do in the now. What happens in the next week is determined by what you do in the now. What happens in the next month is determined by what you do in the now. What happens in the next year is determined by what you do in the now. So the power of now is truly, truly powerful. There is no other time in the now. And when you get into your higher consciousness level, there is only ever the now. That is why when you see gurus like the Maharaji, the incredible psychics, real psychics, I'm not talking about fake psychics, why they can see everything. Why? Because they can see the future, the past, everything. Why can they see everything? The future, the past, the now, everything. Why? Because they have gone to a higher consciousness level where there's no time and space. They've transcended that time and space. And once you transcend that time and space, there is no time and space. So everything is in the now. So you could see the future, the past, the now, because there's only the now. So you see why the now is so powerful. So what we do is we meditate so we could come back to the now, to practice coming to the now. Practice coming back to the now. Practice coming back to the now. Your power is ever only in the now. That's why when you think too much about, now you could have goals about the future. You could have a vision for the future. But that vision is executed in the now. You can have those visions, but you're not going to be dwelling on that. You're not going to dwell on those. You could have, yes, you could think fondly about the past, beautiful things, maybe a wedding date, or, maybe when you met the love of your life, you can have those reminiscences. You can have those things, especially when it's beautiful, especially when it's so beautiful where you're, kind of in this imaginary zone of the beautiful things that have happened in your life. That's healthy because you know what? It gives you more energy. Anything that gives you more energy is good for you. Anything that takes away energy. But everything, all of that happens in the now. So if, let's say, you're imagining about the vision for the future and you're so present with that vision of the future in the now and you're excited, that's powerful stuff. But it's all still happening in the now, right? That vision of the future is only in the now. And if you're excited about this vision of the future in the now, that's powerful stuff. So go with that vision of the future in the now, in the now. It's all about the now. Donna Stelhart. Hi, Donna. I love how each teacher, author have their own unique way of coming to the same point. Different people hear in different ways. Yes, it's all the now. Yep, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, those are the two books I have by Eckhart Tolle, The Power of Now and The New Earth. Those are the two books I have. So you were saying that I can reality shift. I think you can create your own reality. I think you could become a deliberate creator of your reality. There's a default creation and there's deliberate creation. There's two types of creation. Default creation, because you don't have an awareness of yourself and your connection to the universe. And then there's deliberate creation, where you have an awareness of yourself. And once you have an awareness of yourself and you start to change the way you see yourself and the world, and you start to make that shift in what you believe in and the way you see the world, and you behave in a different way, that is now deliberate creation. But most of us, are in the default creation, where they just have default thoughts because they've been conditioned to those thoughts. And now those thoughts have become beliefs. What a belief is, a thought that you have a million times. That's all a belief is. So if you say a million times, I am not worthy, that's your belief. But that's not true. The truth of who you are is an eternal being with infinite possibilities. Would you say that kind of a person is unworthy? When you are an eternal being with infinite possibilities, can we say that person is unworthy? That's a belief that you have been conditioned to believe since you were a little baby, and now society's, because your family, society is saying. So there is. Now, once you start to have an awareness of yourself, those beliefs that do not serve you, beliefs that I am not enough, I am not worthy enough, I am not smart enough, and you start to reprogram your subconscious mind, reprogram. And that's one of the things my business coach, his specialty is that reprogramming that subconscious mind, is that now you start to see yourself differently, have a different awareness of yourself, and have a different awareness of the world. Now you're vibrating in a different frequency, a higher frequency. And when you vibrate at a higher frequency, then more abundance starts to come your way. So you could have, that's deliberate creation. Deliberate creation are people who deliberately manifest. Deliberate manifestation, because you are awareness, you have an awareness of your internal being and that relationship to the external world. And once you start to shift all of that and start to see yourself differently and the world differently, then the universe will show you something different. So there is, yes, you can absolutely be a creator of your own reality. And I have seen it in my life, and I have seen it in many other people's lives. I have seen people who are amazing manifestors. Why are they amazing manifestors? Because they choose to see infinite possibilities in their lives. They choose to see that the universe can bring them so many things. They choose to see that the world is not, that they are not limited, or they're not bound by certain limitations. And so they are incredible manifestors. Yes, that's absolutely true, Scorpio Maiden. You said it right. Regret is the death of what possibly could have been, but it's irrelevant until we choose to let go and let flow bless us. That's right. Let it go and let flow bless you. Hi, Patricia. Hi, Jade. Okay, this is a very loaded question. Is karma then only a belief? This is a very, very beautiful question. So this question to me comes back to consciousness. Jade Star asks, is karma then only a belief? If the premise of the universe is universal existence, including ourselves, our human body, our human everything in the universe, including ourselves, our human beings, are based on consciousness, meaning an intelligent awareness, a non-physical intelligent awareness that created this entire universe. Then if we break that pattern of that consciousness, I believe that karma could be broken. However, if that cycle can't be broken, then because belief is consciousness, then that karma will come to us. It's that breaking of that consciousness, is breaking of that consciousness that will change the karma. So often that consciousness isn't broken. It just so, like, if you have a consciousness, let's say, and like your body, your soul is this consciousness, right? And it comes into this body, right? And you've done all these things in this life, right? And then your body leaves. Your soul leaves your body dies, and your soul lives, and your soul is this eternal consciousness. And that consciousness is still holding on to the information from this life and wasn't able to release it. Then when you go into another body, then that consciousness will perpetuate. And so in that sense, karma will follow you if you haven't broken that consciousness cycle because of what you believed in this life. So that's why, in Buddhism, it's all about karma. Oh, the Tibetans believe that, their karma was that the China took over their country because, they had karma that they had to pay from previous, So, but the thing is, that's why you come into this physical form to learn those lessons so that you don't have to learn that lesson in the next life. Right? If you've learned it in this life and you were able to release that, then you don't have to learn it in the next life. So I hope this helps you to answer the question, Jade. I know it's a very heavy question. I've been reprogramming for years and still continue to do so. I agree. I've been reprogramming for years and it's a journey. It's never the destination. It's all about the journey. I always say it's always about the journey and never the destination. Hi, Saripa from India. Yeah, I'm so glad, Donna, that you have seen great changes in your life. I am so happy for you. Yeah, this work is very powerful. Isn't that inner transformation the most powerful thing? Sarupa Ray, how can I start to transform myself just from scratch? Of course, it is long path to go, still start. No, it's not necessarily a long path. Don't have that limiting belief that it's a long path, because that alone will set you up for failure. You start to transform yourself by writing down beliefs that don't serve. What are some of the beliefs that you hold that do not serve you? What are some of those beliefs that you hold that do not serve you? Write those beliefs down and then and then write another belief that serves you. So if you believe, I don't deserve that job, right? Figure out why you have that belief. Why do you have that belief that you don't deserve that job? Write down those limiting beliefs of why because you don't think you're good enough, which isn't true. You're an eternal being with infinite possibilities. Of course you're good enough. So start with the limiting beliefs that you have about yourself. Write them down. What are those limiting beliefs that you have about yourself that does not serve your life? Maybe you have a bad relationship. Maybe you have a bad career. Maybe you're not abundant in health. Maybe you're not abundant in money. What are the beliefs that you have, the limiting beliefs that you are holding on to that does not give you abundance in money, health, relationship, career? What are those beliefs that you have that have not served those areas of your life. And then you want to reprogram those beliefs in a subconscious way. So that's how you start. Start by writing down all of the limiting beliefs that you have had that have limited your life. That's a great way to start. Okay. Can you share how to correct past life karma, Joanna Rivera? That's a good question. You know, like I said, you have to learn the lessons in this life. You have to learn those lessons. Because if you haven't learned those lessons, it will come back to you. Learn the lessons, learn the spiritual lessons. Everything that we are going through on this physical plane are lessons for the expansion and growth of our soul. So any situation that you find in your world, like any undesired situation, like I am having a hard time with this person at my job. Or in the case of Scorpion, she mentioned that she was being physically abused by her ex-husband, almost to death. She was almost strangled to death. So it's like, what are the lessons? So everything is an opportunity to learn everything. There's nothing that's not an opportunity. So if you see a situation that you do not desire, you say, why am I behaving that way? Why is this person showing up nasty in front of me? Why is that person so angry in front of me? Why is this person showing? Why is this situation? And if you learn the lesson from that situation and you respond differently, you respond in a way that is not reactive, but mindful, you're learning lessons. And when you learn those lessons, you can correct karma that you from the past that you do not desire. But we have to learn these lessons. That's why we're in this physical plane, is to learn these lessons for the expansion and growth of our soul. Because once you learn the lesson, you don't need to experience that situation again, right? What's the point? You've learned the lesson. So look for the lesson in everything in your life. Look for the lesson. Why? What is this situation teaching me? Don't be bitter. Don't be angry. I mean, if it's a situation where it was, you felt it was unfair, yes, you could be angry for a day, but you don't want to be angry for months on end. You don't want to be angry for months on end. That's not going to serve you. You could be angry for a short period of time because we have to go through the cycle of emotions, right? We want to acknowledge that anger. But if you're living and dwelling in that anger, now that's a problem. You use that anger to transmute it to a higher energy. Yes, Donna, inner transformation is a lifelong energy, but you could start seeing better results in your life quickly if you just start to shift your beliefs. But you're right, inner transformation is a life. I mean, I'm still on. It's a lifelong. It's an eternal journey. Period. We're spiritual beings. Even when we leave this physical body, we're still in a journey of expansion. So it's never about the destination. It's only about the journey. It's only about the journey of expansion. That is all that there is. It's the journey of our soul's expansion. That is it. Expansion of the soul with the universal expansion. The universe, as we speak, is expanding, and we are expanding with the universe. I found my health is getting better since I'm focused on healing my mental, spiritual, physical health. Of course, your health is going to get better because your body is responding to your thoughts, right? Every thought that you have, every single thought that you have gives a chemical reaction in your body. Every single thought. So I always say my late sister's son died of years of stress and unhappiness. I never say she died of cancer. Yeah. Yes, eternal journey. That's right. I'm so glad that you walked away and for the safety of your children, because I'm telling you that relationship is traumatic for your children, and you stop the damage. I mean, the damage that is being done to your children of seeing that abuse is so profound for your children. So even for your children's sake, the fact that you left was so good. Is this anyway related to any religion? Of course, I don't feel so. It's still mere inquisition. Okay, so he's talking about religion. Now, I have my definition of religion and spirituality. Spirituality and religion for me are two different things. Spirituality is eternal truths, universal truths of the universe. And so whatever religion that you pick, whether you're Christian, Muslim, Buddhist, whatever, Kabbalist, Judaic, whatever you choose, it's a certain packaging that they have, certain rituals, certain formalities, right? And there's nothing wrong with packaging things. There's nothing wrong with having a certain ritual, if it helps, those rituals help you to get to universal truths, then be a Buddhist, be a Christian, be a Muslim. But don't use that religion to justify bad behavior. And we see people have done that in the past. So I have no problem with religion. I mean, I have Buddha statues all over my house, but I don't necessarily even call myself a Buddhist. I started with Buddhism in my spiritual journey. And I think that's why I have so many Buddha statues, because I went to Buddhist meditation centers. I studied Buddhist texts. So I consider, if I was going to pick a religion, I would pick more Buddhism over anything else. But I don't really consider myself religious. I consider myself spiritual, which means that I want to get close to the light of universal truth. And that's the only thing that's important to me. So if being a Christian or being a Muslim gets you closer to that universal light, to the universal truth and light, then be a Christian, be a Muslim, but don't use religion to justify bad behavior. That's when I and people say this way, our way or the highway. That also does not resonate with me. I don't like when people say, oh, you have to be part of our tribe in order to be saved and awakened. That doesn't resonate with me. I think you could be awakened in your own unique way, in your own unique journey. There is no one way to be awakened. Right. Donna, that's right. I can find truth in any religion. Absolutely right. And so if somebody says it's my way, it's our way, and some religions say that, then I walk the other way, because I feel like it's your own personal journey. Who am I to say what your journey should be, what your spiritual path or journey is? Who am I to tell you that, So, yeah. Yes, Scorpion. What you should do is you should start telling yourself a new story. Tell yourself a new story. You've had, abuse happening in your ancestor, but the way to transcend and learn and for your soul's expansion and growth, so you don't repeat those patterns coming in, is to tell a new story. Tell a new story. Don't keep regurgitating that your dad abused your mom, which was horrific. And there's a time when you acknowledge that, but say that find the lessons in all of that, so that you can start to transcend that. See everything in a different angle, Yeah. So you really want to transcend those stories that really serve you, so that you don't see this pattern happening in your life, in your family again. You want to transcend those stories and patterns. Saripa, I mentioned so many books before. So maybe you want to go back and look. The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle is a beautiful book. I think everybody should read it. Why it is so powerful. I would start even with there. Okay, so folks, it is it is, let's close because I've gotta now do some prayer and meditation on my own before I go to bed. So I want to close out with a prayer. I never leave without doing a prayer. I have to do a prayer for everything. My business partner and we always do a prayer before we close out. We run our business very metaphysically, very spiritually. So let's do a prayer. Dear God, dear ancestors, dear masters, dear divine, dear spirit guides, thank you so much for the opportunity to gather our energies together here. We know that Tanya Smith, our energy healing practitioner, could not be joining us today to do the chakra clearing, but we know that we are in the flow and that she will come on. And when she comes on, we will have a beautiful, beautiful session with her. So we ask you to heal her and allow her to rejuvenate her health. So when she comes on, she will be in such good health. Thank you, God and Divine, for allowing me to really work through you as a pencil for your work, to really send messages to our viewers and audience that have questions and the profound journey that they are going through. Please protect them and guide them to their highest good. Allow them to see the lessons in everything and allow them to see opportunities in all situations that they encounter, because we know that all situations, whether good or bad, are opportunities for lessons for spiritual growth and expansion. So thank you so much for sending me messages to deliver to our audience and our viewers so that they may be on the path to their highest good. We know that you can enlighten their own light to the highest version of themselves, to the unlimited possibilities, unlimited potential that each and every one of them has, because they are eternal, unlimited being that has come from your source energy, and that they are such powerful beings. Every one of them is such powerful beings, and to allow them to surrender and release all doubt, all fear, all worries, knowing that you have the infinite wisdom, infinite power, infinite love to make all things happen, and that we are allowed to surrender and release all resistant energies to you, knowing the power that you truly have. So thank you, God, divine, spirit guides, for always being with us and always guiding us and showing us unconditional support and unconditional love. Thank you so, so much. Amen. Namaste. Okay, everyone, I'm going to go on live. I'm going to come on live on April 23rd, which is my birthday. Can you believe that? April 23rd, I am going to come on live to answer questions. So I will be on live and I will post that as to what time that will be. So April 23rd, I will be in live. And so I just love your energies. Keep it up. You guys are all on the right path. And I just send you so much love and blessings. Bye, everyone. Much love.